I have some really exciting news. This is wrong. Okay. Owlcat was magnanimous enough to invite me to a Q&A for their upcoming game, The Expanse Osiris Reborn. And we got a lot of information that I really want to tell you about. And it's been burning inside of me while we wait for this embargo to lift. Just excited now that I finally get to tell you about it. Probably the biggest news you want to hear is that there's a closed beta coming for the game on April 22nd, along with the news that Osiris Reborn will be available on Xbox Ultimate Game Pass Day 1, with the Day 1 release coming in spring 2027. So we really are getting Osiris Reborn and Exodus in the same year. Be still your sci-fi epic cinematic hearts and set your time off request now, because it's gonna be a lot. You'll have plenty of devastating decision making to do. And if this study is true, I guess a lot of therapy that you need, because we're all gonna be pretty depressed after we finish them. I'm sure as hell ready to hurt and regret. I don't know about you. Before we get into the beta, just a quick few points about Osiris from the QA and the FAQ we were given. The game is fully voiced. It's about 30 hours in length. It's a third-person sci-fi action RPG where you will control the protagonist with 2 companions who will assist you in combat and will also participate in conversations with both the player and NPCs. Combat is cover-based, and cover is important, though you will have playstyles that are more in your face. For your character, you'll be able to choose from an Earther, a Martian, or a Belter, creating the character yourself, complete with customized appearance, origin, and class. You'll be playing a Pinkwater security employee who survives a catastrophic incident on Eros and builds a team to fight back against the Protogen and their experiments. The game is not open world. Instead, it features detailed locations to explore, like space stations, inhospitable planets, and ships. It's already been established before, but just to reiterate, this game will not have space combat, at least not like active space combat. The game takes place in the established IP Expanse universe roughly during the first 3 seasons of the TV show, but it's not necessary to have prior knowledge of the show or the books to enjoy the game. This was a specific question asked during the QA section by another content creator, and when asked what audience they're targeting with the game, Owlcat's answer was that they're targeting a wide general audience, but of course there will be a resonance for people that are familiar with the IP or are diehard fans of the IP. There will be a total of 6 companions, and even though you're only taking 2 with you for each mission, the other 4 are still going to be part of it, and they will help you on those missions. As they put it in the QA, you're a team of professionals working together with diverse personalities and backgrounds. But it's important to talk to them, to communicate with them, because your choices will help define their personality. And yes, naturally, it will include romance, but that wasn't covered in too much detail in the QA sessions. Just that they know what players want, and it's not going to be a mechanical gift-giving +1 to approval sort of system. For combat, one of the key things that I honed in on the QA is that you can kind of tune your gameplay around your playstyle, building your character around cover and using gadgets or companions, or being more in your face with assault rifles and the like. But there's also a short active pause that you can use. Though pause might not be the right word, more like slowdown, a 10% slowdown, so you can kind of get a quick look around at the chaos before making decisions. And in my case, absolutely bad, poor ones that'll probably end up with all of us dead, and I'm not a good leader. I'm sorry in advance to my entire crew. There's a few different ways to upgrade your characters, like using a workbench to upgrade weapons and equipment from materials collected during missions, but it was the other upgrade system for your character and companions that I was really intrigued by. There's a skill tree progression with things like shooter, gadgets, leadership, and survivalist all falling under combat. And this is what I was talking about with the combat being honed to what your playstyle is. Going more toward gadgets or leader is going to be more laid back style, while shooter would naturally be more in your face. But of course, the game is also going to have 2 difficulty settings. The other part of the skill tree is the social skills, and there's actually going to be 6 total skills that you're going to have access to. 2 for each companion with you and 2 for yourself. The companions will have their skills predetermined while you'll be picking your own, with your companions helping you in conversations. These social skills meshing together will come in handy, especially because it was confirmed in the QA that their persuasion system will not be RNG. It will be a set number that will be unknown to the player. They'll also be used for skill checks for possibly getting other or different loot and the like. With progression, they're more limited than some other more fantasy science focused games due to the Expanse IP because it's so science based. So while you'll feel the progression, it's not going to be because enemies are these huge bullet sponges or magic and crazy. It's a little more grounded than some of the other things. No one's going to be pulling a Star Destroyer down from the sky. For the closed beta coming on April 22nd, it will be available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox Series XS for supporters who either purchase Miller's Pack or the Collector's Edition on Owlcat's website. You'll be playing as an officer or a hacker preset, and either a male Earther or a female Belter. You'll be able to complete one story mission where you get the experience taking part in tactical combat encounters, explore locations, and interact with characters. You'll even get to experience the zero-G environment the game has to offer, which is something I'm really excited to screw around with. Honestly, I hope I just don't discover some horrible way to die in zero-G. I don't even know if you can die in zero-G, but it seems like something I'd find a way to do. It does sound fun though. The beta takes place on Pinkwater 4 early in the game, with the goal for supporters of the game to provide valuable feedback as the game works toward that launch in 2027. Now, I want to thank Owlcat for giving me the opportunity to sit in on this QA. Owlcat has been one of my favorite developers and publishers to work with over the last couple years. Even as a small content creator, they have been very kind and generous, and I really appreciate them giving a smaller content creator like myself these opportunities. It's very generous of them, and they're very communicative and very kind. So thank you very much, Owlcat. With this and Exodus both on the horizon for 2027, where I think we're going to be getting to similar but also distinctly different, especially in tone, sci-fi cinematic experiences. And I went over some of these differences and similarities in this video right here, and why I'm honestly super excited for both. It's kind of like having two cakes. And now after this QA, we know that we're getting both of them in 2027. I guess we're all just gonna collectively be sick as hell in 2027, at least for, twice in the year.